Welcome to LeaderOne Live, where we bring the experts to you.
All right, welcome everyone to episode 7 of LeaderOne Live. So today our special guests are Lance Houth and Amber Gassman. They are part of the Lance Houth mortgage team in Northwest Arkansas and have worked together for a long time. Amber has come back to LeaderOne fairly recently, but Lance has been here for, I think, 15 plus years at LeaderOne and a long time in the mortgage industry. So the special reason we're having Lance and Amber on today is that Lance is a new social media sensation. So for someone who really just got started in social media October of 2024, so like 3 months ago, Lance, his Facebook has completely taken off with his reels having on average over 500,000 and up to 4.5 million views. So Lance's social media is exploding. And for someone who is so new to the game, I just wanted to bring on this amazing team and find out what he did to get started and what the future looks like on social media. So welcome, Lance and Amber.
Glad to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So Lance, did I would love to hear how you got started and what you were kind of thinking you were going to do when you decided you were going to embark on this social media journey, and how surprised are you that it has taken off to the degree it has? So why don't you just kind of take us back to your plan starting last fall?
So I went to a Forward event last year in Las Vegas, and it had to do with all about digital marketing. And they had some of the people like Gary Vee there and talking about, if you're not using the free platforms, you're not running with what's going on right now. And they had people there that were like mega influencers. And some of these people were like 60 years old and just started their social media journey 10 years ago. And I was like, I really want to do it. But I was like everybody else. I don't like the way I look. I don't know how I sound on stage. I'm too old. I don't know anything about technology. I'm not a millennial. I don't even know where to begin. So I had a buddy of mine who gave me a few pointers, but I kept hating to ask him for pointers every day. So I just started YouTube and Googling and learning how to do everything on my own to where I got comfortable, and I just rolled with it. I was getting to the office at 5:30 a.m. so I could spend time Googling and trying to learn how to do this stuff. And then all of a sudden, Amber was in the office when my first video hit over 1 million views. And it was like my phone was just going off nonstop, all these notifications, people watching it. I'm like, what? And then the next thing you know, that one's at 4.5 million views.
Wow. So, for a content creator, this is a dream come true. People can, post and for years and not end up having something go as viral as you had. So, was there any trick or key to it going viral? Any tips that you can give those of us who'd really love to have the same?
So one thing I was noticing, obviously I started off with a lot of funny videos to get people engaged. But one thing I was learning is you have to hook them right away. So my videos were short, 7 to 10 seconds. And I just put words on the screen, which made people have to watch the whole video to read all the words. And most of the time they couldn't read all the words right away, so they had to watch it twice. Well,
okay.
That tricks the algorithm to showing everybody wants to watch your video, so it pushes it out to more people. So that's what was happening, is pushing out to more people. And if you get people start commenting on it, it pushes it out to more people. So I started on the one that had 4.5 million views. I had 766 comments on that one, and people were actually fighting inside the comments with each other. And that's what the algorithm loves, is people fighting with each other. So I kind of learned what they're looking for. And on those comments on that 4.5 million one, I answered every comment that was addressed to me.
Wow.
So the algorithm likes that too. And I don't know this for a fact, but I do think once the algorithm sees the certain people who are commenting the views, they automatically start pushing your stuff out to more people every time. So
That's amazing. So now, since you've had that one video that has 4.5 million views, are all of your videos getting quite a bit of traction?
So the majority of my videos get anywhere between 200 and 700,000 views. That's pretty normal.
And that's
And
on
so
Facebook. Is that
that's on
correct?
Facebook,
Okay.
right? Instagram is not as much, but Facebook has more users. But my Facebook has went up consistently. And then my next thing, obviously, I do TikTok too, but I'm going to go over and start doing YouTube also, and try to do a lot more on LinkedIn. So I'm doing every one of them because now I'm excited. I do see the traction. I see what's going on. And here's a good one. Yesterday, I walked into a real estate office at 4:30, and right when I walked in, the first thing a realtor said to me, "There's Dancing Lance. I love your videos." That's the first thing she said when I walked right in. So, I mean, she knows me from my videos,
You're a
and
celebrity.
I,
That's
I
amazing.
like that because that at least gets my name out in front of people.
So Amber, you're primed and perfect for social media. You've got an amazing sense of humor and a little bit of celebrity as well. You had over a decade in stand-up comedy. So I know you've been, working on videos that have been hilarious as well. How fun has it been to be along this ride with Lance?
Well, it's awesome because he has literally come out of his shell. I've known him for 25 years. And it was like, if he can do it, I can do it. And then it was almost like he's been very encouraging, not like shaming me, but I want to write the script and write the sketch. And he was like, just do it. So he's definitely taught me a lot, just on basic editing and just getting it out there and just not really overthinking it. But it's been fun.
It has been completely inspirational. And again, I don't think any of us who, we can't all expect to have the same success, but it just goes to show that, if you strike a chord and you do things correctly, I cannot wait to see, how this continues to develop for your team. Lance, I know, you're working currently on figuring out how to, develop the ability to do lead capture and really start to use this to get more applications and close transactions, because now your visibility is incredible. I mean, and can you tell us, how has this impacted your other social media platforms and your following and things like that, maybe on just other platforms aside from Facebook?
Well, one thing I have learned is all the platforms are their own platform. What works on one doesn't work on the other. TikTok is totally different than Facebook and Instagram. So I've taken videos over on a Facebook platform and put it on TikTok and don't get anywhere near the same traction. So different algorithms. So I think TikTok's a little bit slower, but it is growing, and I have ideas to make it grow on that platform too. If I could just get, pick up a few deals a month off of social media platforms, that makes it all worth it, and just grow it, little by little, to where I'm steadily getting, 2 to 5 loans a month off of social media. That's my whole goal.
That would be great.
It's free. I would say, I'm using free platforms to generate business. So, and if I can go into a real estate office and everybody knows me, if I don't even get a loan necessarily, I think it does help, because let's say I write an approval letter for somebody and the listing agent has seen all my videos. That means she knows me. She might pick me if it's an offer that's similar, all offers similar. She might pick me because she knows me. She sees me on social media. So it might help that way also.
I think a lot of times that is actually not in your case, but that's what comes first, is maybe you don't have you're not getting leads or direct to consumer business yet, but your realtors are seeing that you're putting out content, and it's kind of a touch. You're out there, visible to them, and they enjoy the content. I think that's kind of what I've found. Amber, you're doing some videos with agents, and those have been fun. Are the agents enjoying getting on camera with you and collaborating on video?
Well, it's definitely changed. I've kind of taken, I don't know, do what you know, and I know comedy and I like fun. And so I have been working with people that aren't afraid to get out of their comfort zone. And so today I've had 2 realtors send me videos like, can we do something like this? Can we write something? Can you write something, but not copy, but kind of emulate, so it's been really fun. And by saying that, I've gotten opportunities that have come to me just today and had some yesterday. So it's definitely, he was right. Lance said, just trust me. Will you just try to do it? Just trust me and see what happens. And he's been right so far.
And how fun if something like this that's light and we can enjoy doing really ends up being something that can expand our business.
So my goal is to start collaborating with Amber because she's hilarious. I mean, we did some videos together and oh my gosh, she has me dying laughing. So when we're recording that, I just can't keep a straight face because she's so freaking funny. So I like to do that. And another compliment is I saw 2 people last night on one of my videos I did where I was dancing. They copied my exact video. So it must have done something right because they copied my video almost word for word and put it as their own with them.
Wow. Before you know it, there's going to be like a TikTok dance or whatever. It's going to be the Lance House. Kids are going to be doing it like the floss.
They say imitation is your best compliment. So
yes, absolutely. So Lance, how often are you trying to put out videos now?
I do it daily.
Daily.
So I usually try to on Saturdays or early mornings. I try to record about 20 videos. So I always have 20 videos to post. The only day I don't always post is Sunday because Sunday is the slowest day on social media. So I don't have to do it on Sunday. I do if I make the time to do it, but I post every day except Sunday, once a day, sometimes twice a day, depending, like 1 in the morning before 8 a.m. and then 1 at night. So minimum once a day, maximum twice a day. The goal is to be able to post 3 times a day.
That's awesome. And I love that you're doing your time blocking. So that's, can be another struggle that people who are creating content have is they get in, they're trying to make it a part of their day throughout the course of the week. And then it's eating up time, trying to figure out where they're going to post, what they're going to post. But if you go in and you kind of knock out all these videos at a set time, aside from going in and seeing all your views adding up and all of that kind of stuff during the week, you're still able to kind of have your normal schedule. Is that accurate?
That is true. Very, very true. You have to time block. I see people that are on social media all the time in the mortgage space. In the back of my head, I just wonder, do you do any loans? Because we're posting like 6 and 7 times a day. And I'm just like, I think people could get carried away on chasing the view count and the follower count.
Yeah.
And not focusing on their mortgage business and everything else that goes with it, realtor appointments and time blocking to, don't let social media take over your life because that's when you will mess up if you're trying to do this as a business as far as helping your mortgage business. If you're trying to be a digital influencer, I totally get it. I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm trying to get mortgage business out of this. So therefore, time blocking is very, very, very important so I don't get carried away.
Awesome. So what's kind of next on your plan for this social media? What are you going to focus on to try to kind of take it to the next level?
My next thing is I want to learn podcasts.
Oh, great.
That's my next thing I want to do, podcast. And I want to do podcasts with the whole team. So,
I think you and Amber co-hosting one would be really, really awesome.
I think it would be awesome. So that's my next goals. I have a lot of plans with Amber for us to collaborate on stuff. And a podcast I just think that's one of the next things I want to do. I want to utilize all these free platforms while I can, because I know does that help our team, because I think if our name is out there on all these platforms, it's a lot easier for you to go meet with a new realtor when they already might know us from social media.
100%. And you've said that, even though your views and your popularity is really mostly focused on Facebook, that it has extended your followers on platforms like LinkedIn and places like that as well, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's awesome.
And I can say I did a little experiment. I posted what I thought was probably my funniest video, and it's got the fewest views. But my daughter gave me some. My daughter works in social media, and she works at a boutique in Austin. Anyway, that's her job, is social media influence. And she said, if you messed up, you shouldn't have posted it on Sunday, but have Lance and another friend share it. And so the minute I shared it, I went from 100 views to 800.
Wow.
Just like that, because they shared it, but it hasn't done any more. So I learned not to post on Sundays. And so my daughter's like, post it on Tuesday. Nobody's going to know. But it's been a fun just watching him, because he's almost got it down to a science. And he does a great job. And we have another fella in our office, Eric Ledbetter, who is hysterically funny. So we've had some pretty fun times all together as a team doing some videos that may not make the cut because we have a little too much fun. But I'm excited to see our team grow and see our fearless leader pave the way, because he's doing fantastic.
Yeah.
And I always say Amber's awesome too. Eric's awesome. I think one thing about social media is, when I talk to realtors and other people in my space, is everybody wants to get on social media. They talk about it, but they're scared. And if I'm 54 years old and I don't know crap about technology, I can do it. Anybody can do it, because I do not embrace technology. Amber will tell you that. I'm scared of it sometimes, but if I can do it and learn how to edit, and I mean, I'm embracing my age. As people know, I changed my name on Instagram to the Vintage Mortgage Pro because I'm embracing my experience and my age. And then one more tip that I was going to tell everybody is, I've learned is sometimes when I post these videos that have words on the screen, I purposely misspell words and purposely use wrong punctuation, because what that does is you get the English majors who come out and comment and say you spelled things wrong, but it drives the algorithm because everybody's commenting on it, and it pushes it out to more people. That's a tip that I learned when I went to Vegas, that they said spell words wrong and watch what all the English people will come grade your post. So I've learned little tips where I've done that, or where you're supposed to use your. I've changed them up just so people would comment more. So I'm learning all kinds of tips to make more people comment, and that's just the name of the game.
Well, and I think what you're doing is you're not taking it too seriously. If you're taking yourself too seriously, it would be hard to go out there with a misspelled word, right? But you're doing it, you're winning, and it is inspirational. And Amber, I'll say, like, if your funniest video isn't getting a lot of views, all of a sudden you go viral on something, and everyone goes back and they watch all those videos that hadn't gotten a lot of traction. So, I love the tips that you've shared today. So post daily. Try to get, set up your videos if possible to be short, and maybe where people are going to have to reread them, and do them in a way that's going to, engage comments. What else did we say here? Not take yourself too seriously. Don't get caught up in time blocking, but then don't spend your day going back and looking to see how many views or likes you have. Put it out there into the world and let it go.
Authenticity. Be yourself. Don't try to be somebody you're not. I think that's one of the major things on social media. Be yourself. That's what people like, is for somebody to be themselves. Don't try to be who you're not. I'm a 54-year-old person. I'm not going to be a 30-year-old person. So therefore, I'm going to act like that. I'm going to be me.
Well, you guys
I would be mistaken for a 30-year-old. I'm just going to say it.
Same here.
I mean, that's my goal.
Can you at least do the filters? Is that okay?
I'm trying. My daughter actually said, "Mom, what freaking filter is that?" And I'm like, "It's natural." She was like, "In your dreams. You haven't looked like that since you were 27." So you just got to be a little careful that your children don't bust you out, and rat you out.
That's true. Once they've got social media themselves, we don't want to get ratted out.
Yeah, right.
Thank you guys so much. Millions and millions and millions of views on your social media here, just 3 months into your journey. You are an inspiration to everyone at LeaderOne, and now the world. So thank you guys so much for joining us today, and keep going. We're excited to see what's next.
Thank you.
Thank you.